cycle wave. I'm talking about this. So far, technology convergence has been the trend for the cellular system. Actually, today, LTE is the mainstream of the cellular technology, mobile technology, and also it expands use cases to the wireless MAN, metropolitan area networks. But we have another use cases and technologies there. I showed this slide several times. Then I got an opinion. How about the broadcast? How about the fixed network? So I added all things. So finally, I added the broadcast and fixed. And my dream and ambition is continue to convergence to centering on the cellular system. That is my view. But my observation from the many aspects from the reality of the technological implementation and business players and standardization bodies, probably next 30 years, now divergence again. This is my guessing. But for next 5 years, surely we continue the convergence. Actually, we see some actual examples. We have already Japanese PHS and WiMAX merged to the LTE. Also, we see the LTE unlicensed cover some portion of the Wi-Fi. Many other things about the public safety, V2X, LTE broadcast, EMBMS. This is direction of convergence. But in the machine type communication or IoT system, some confused situation now today. Narrowband IoT and cellular IoT, GSM evolution is also some different direction to divergence. Even within the 3GPP. But I think that I'm sure narrowband IoT will come to some portion of the LTE-based technology will be applied in the future. Then anyway, this is my observation, and yeah, that's okay. Time, okay. Okay, next, I'd like to show some DOCOMO's activities for 5G R&D. We have multiple collaboration with today 13 vendors. Of course, it includes not only for the infrastructure vendors, but also the chipset vendors and also the measurement tools vendors. Today, most of the keynote speaker, we have a collaboration with the keynote speakers today. Then I like to show you some of the new announcement, recent announcement I will pick up. First, this collaboration with Ericsson. Probably this mobile device very famous for the Ericsson. We achieved over 6 gigabit services. Then what I want to show you today is not this, but this. This is the DOCOMO R&D Center on October Sunday. What happened in this day? This lady is Miss International representative from each each country and region. Around 70 ladies came from developed countries and developing countries. Of course, many from developing countries. Then I feel something. Actually, we got a message from them, from the ladies. We showed them the 5G, 5 gigabps data transmission and 4K video transmission over 5G. Here, the opposite side, they enjoyed. Center person is Miss Hawaii, asked some question to the audience. And Miss Hawaii's right side, Miss Venezuela, she is a winner this year for the full competition this year. No, this is a very different story for the 5G. Anyway, we got a message, video message from them. Some of them, many ladies said that they liked 5G, they want 5G as early as possible in their country. So we have to work harder and harder for the ladies. Actually, the developing countries' introduction time is very different from the developed countries. So, but to the end, our contribution to our achievement will contribute to such developing countries in the future. So let's create a new technology for the ladies. Okay. Next, this is Nokia's case. Okay. We can see radio waves, beams like that. Also, the recent announcement that we succeeded in this actual status of the field trials. Also, this is collaboration with Samsung. We achieved more than 2 gigabps transmission, even for the driving test with 60 kilometer per hour driving speed. That is all. Then the last part, 5G technology. Before talking the technology, again, I must say another dream, another ambition. Then firstly, I like to say that this is a long story I don't like. Just surely, in short, some people believe that 5G is just a hotspot system because 5G uses higher frequency, so it does not reach coverage very small. Then 5G is a very limited use cases and hotspot system. I don't like this story. Then I'm asking my team to achieve the kilometer reach, even when we use this higher frequency band. That's I'm asking this to my team. Then massive MIMO will be a key. But here, massive MIMO itself is just increasing the number of antennas. So I said this is not so smart technology, just a brute force technology. But here and also the massive MIMO alone does not provide a solution for system to operate stably, because such a narrowband tracking is not necessarily stable. So by combination with today I didn't talk about the advanced CRAN and phantom cell, but with the combination with the macro cell coverage, it shows it provides a solution. That's the point. And also, a year ago, I just saying that massive MIMO is a brute force technology. But after that, I changed my mind because that was happened in the CTIA Super Mobility. I was invited to a panel session for 5G. One of the key questions is massive MIMO. How massive is massive? That was a question. That is just related. I didn't follow it. But some guy discussed hundreds antennas. but here I said no. We need thousands. I have a background. I asked my team to achieve the kilometer reach. Then my team calculated theoretically. Actually, with the feasible antenna size, 80 centimeter size, even with 20 gigahertz spectrum, almost 1 kilometer, 930 meters achieved. But here, described that number of antennas described here, 77 by 77. It results in the almost around 6,000. So 6,000 antenna controls are needed. I can't imagine how to implement this. So I have said Massive MIMO is brute force technology, but here implementation technology is the key. Then I changed the terms from brute force to a feat of strength. Very good meaning for to make a good massive effort for this. We need it. That's the story for the Massive MIMO. And then even from the macro cell tower, we can cover this something like this, even for the higher spectrum. This cover is not necessarily perfect. In some cases, that could be out of tracking, but in that case, the macro cell coverage covers and stable operation will be achieved. So it has no problem. Like this, macro cells and macro cell reaches in the rural area. So don't imagine such a small cell deployment. Some people say that small cell has a challenge to so many small cell deployment need an investment. No, don't imagine this. Just we can take this approach. And this is an image, but I cannot control this video. Probably if going to the midway, the actual image of the Massive MIMO tracking the mobile devices. Sorry, can we wait? Now it's okay. This is not just an image, but a precise simulation is ongoing with this. Okay, time to go. Give up. Okay. Then the very last part, I summarize the myth about 5G. I talked about the several top 5, 4, and probably we have some. What time? Okay. 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, then here I like to focus on just as last one. But last one is for the just for the message for the analysts and investors, not for academians. But this always happens this situation. 5G needs significant. People believe that 5G needs. Any new generation system needs a significant investment. Actually, what happened in the LTE, as I said in my presentation, the early 2000s, it was not so well accepted by the how to say, the businessmen for the LTE, but it comes to booming just 2 years before the launch. This is a Japanese magazine article. It said 2 years before the launch, LTE covers all over the world. That it give a booming for the LTE in 2008. But 1 year later, if the launch come too close to the launch, suddenly the analysts and investors hesitate to new technology. Then not analysts and investors, operators also hesitate. Then the HSPA emerges suddenly. This is a report from the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. Here, HSPA will becomes mainstream and LTE reduced to the minority. That is the article here. Actually, this year, 2009, I was a speaker at the Barcelona, and in the airport lounge, I read the newspaper, Financial Times, that top European operators postponed the investment for LTE. That is a news article on these days. Anyway, when they come to the launch timing, come near, most people hesitate that. But if the technology is good, we can invest a lot. That's only the result of the technology's performance. If we can get a return from the technology, we can invest. So, in general, new generation technology seems to be need some investment, but we don't care about so much. If we can get a return, we can control the investment. That I want to say, the last point for the analysts and investors. Then conclusion. I have several conclusions. That is just for the, last week I had a presentation for the company corporate executives. That is conclusion for the conclusion for academia is just for this. I like to encourage all of you to create a new excellent technology to cover the better technology for 5G, to cover the wide coverage, even with the higher spectrum, and also it create to realize my dream to cover all use cases by using the all spectrum. That I want to encourage. But here, 5G is booming today. We should be careful, and definitely we should make it as 5G as a technology for 2020 and beyond. And that's all my presentation. Thank you very much for your kind attention.